By now, a lot of commanders have already started on their elite dangerous power play journey. This new iteration of power play seems to be taking the commander community by storm. But if you haven't yet started on your quest to dominate the galaxy with your power, which power are you going to choose? Independent, Imperial, Federation? And then, who will you pledge to? President Felicia Winters is also vying for your pledge. Will you pledge to her?
I am President Felicia Winters of the Federation. I believe in a federation that lifts those at the bottom up and helps them prosper. Through hard work and unity, we can achieve so much. Pledge to me for fairness, strength, and order to the galaxy.
That's right, Commanders, if you're enjoying these videos of the Power Play protagonists, then please drop a like and a subscribe as well. And if you want to, also a comment. Felicia Winters is the current incumbent president of the Federation and head of the Liberal Party. She has her seat of power in the Rhea system, deep in the heart of Federation space. Felicia Winters is a major power within the elite dangerous galaxy, as you'd obviously assume, being the current incumbent and president of the Federation. However, she did previously serve as Secretary of State and was sworn in as acting president of the Federation following the disappearance of Jamina Halsey in 3301. However, Winters had never planned on being head of the Liberal Party, but the role was thrust upon her due to the Starship One disappearance, and you can all look at Galnet for that. The seat of Felicia Winters' power, as we've mentioned, is in the Rhea system, and in that system you'll find a host of settlements, a host of outposts and stations, along with the Stronghold Carrier that represents her seat of power. Be very careful when approaching the Stronghold Carriers if you're aligned to another power, Commanders, or you will get beefed.
I am President Felicia Winters of the Federation. I believe in a federation that lifts those at the bottom up and helps them prosper. Through hard work and unity, we can achieve so much. Pledge to me for fairness, strength, and order to the galaxy.
Now, as with Felicia Winters, as with the other Power Play protagonists, all their ranks and rewards are subject to change by Frontier over time. Her ranks and rewards, however, are as follows: 100% minus reduced rebuy when killed by a ship pledged to another power in territory your power does not control. It's a good insurance policy. Again, reduced rebuy when killed in your power's territory, but 100% increase in minor faction reputation gain in your territory, 60% increase on food and medicine profits in your territory, and also 100% increase on salvage profits in your power's territory. And of course you get access to the Felicia Winters rank decal, and then over time all access to Power Play weapon modules, which we're now going to go through. The humanitarian twist towards Felicia Winters is reflected in her first module. At rank 34, she's given access to the Pulse Disruptor. The Pulse Disruptor is a pulse laser, however, that has a chance of causing module malfunction, in addition to dealing reduced damage. Module malfunction does not destroy the modules, however, it just simply disables them temporarily. The weapon, originally power specific to Felicia Winters, is the first unlock you'll get through going through the Power Play version 2 ranks. As we said, the Pulse Disruptor subsystem malfunction effect does not trigger with every hit, however, and is very similar to the effect that you get from Scramble Spectrum. If modules are not directly hit with the Pulse Disruptor, i.e. through intentionally targeting them, a malfunction is unlikely to happen. However, the Pulse Disruptor is also subject to pulse laser hull penetration percentages. Penetrating to thrusters on a medium combat multi-role ship such as a Python from the front is also highly unlikely. Now, the effects also do not stack with the Pulse Disruptor. with each other or with themselves. No matter how many pulse disruptors or weapons with scramble spectrum a ship has, they will only affect one module at a time in that target and will not cumulatively increase the malfunction time. So, something to be aware of if you're thinking on taking ships down with that pulse disruptor. Combat damage, it has 39% of a standard laser. Rank 39 unlocks a favourite of mine, the Pacifier Frag Cannon, which is a large fragment cannon variant that gains tighter spread and longer range at the cost of slightly reduced damage per shot. The Pacifier Frag Cannon is only for a Class 3 fixed hardpoint. Like the Fragment Cannon, it can rapidly fire 3 shots of 12 projectiles before you have to reload. However, it's not gimbaled, straight on shot. To apply that extra bit of beef, it's worthwhile getting yourself to an engineer and engineering it at least with double shot. Other engineering such as corrosive shell, etc. can also cause your NPC opponent or PvP opponent to choke, so to speak, when you unleash your barrage of lead upon it. It is important to note, however, that a lot of commanders do prefer standard frag cannons with the option of having a gimbaled mount, because it's easier to hit some of the smaller ships. Rank 44 gives you access to the Retributor Beam Laser, which is obviously a beam laser variant designed to saturate targets with heat rather than direct damage. The Retributor trades damage for sheer heat output, leaving it with 50% of the strength of the Class 1 beam laser, as well as 130% of the power distributor draw. However, the Retributor also generates only 77% of the beam laser's thermal load, meaning that a ship firing one will experience less internal heat buildup. The additional heat output is then directed towards targeted ships. Now, you may think at first this is not very useful, but this heat effect does indeed bypass an opponent's shields, and if a targeted ship lacks the means of heat dissipation, it can overheat and suffer severe damage to its modules and hull over time. At Factor 50, things start to really get interesting with the Enforcer Cannon, which is a multi-cannon capable of dealing higher damage at the cost of a low fire rate, and in addition to this, quite a significant barrel spin-up rate as well. It is available, however, as a Class 1 small weapon, and is fixed only, no gimbal mount for you, Commander. Compared directly to the Class 1 fixed multi-cannon, its overall damage per second is that of 145%. The Enforcer Cannon will expend its entire ammunition store in roughly the same sustained firing time as the multi-cannon, really, once it's spun up. It also has slightly longer maximum range, but a slightly shorter damage fall-off as well. In combat, the Enforcer Cannon's higher damage per second means it's superior to an equivalent multi-cannon against moderate to large targets, although given the fact it's not gimbaled, hitting a smaller target, and when you're, for example, using a larger ship, it's going to be like threading the eye of a needle. So there you have it, everybody. Felicia Winters, the current presidential incumbent for the Federation. Will she remain as the current Federation president? Only time will tell. Will you pledge yourself to the Federation and Felicia Winters, or do you have your eye on a competing power? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, Commanders. I've been Ricardo. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.